Hey everybody, Vizerla Productions here. This video is going to be more of a relaxed topic than just straight up Nintendo news. And it is related to Nintendo, but this time it's something more I wanted to explore. After a month with my Switch, I finally can say everything I can about the Switch. I know I did like a review video, but now I've figured out a lot of the issues that have been corrected by Nintendo, and mainly me. Which, praise the Lord, finally we can have, hopefully, a permanent fix to the left Joy-Con syncing issue. That, though, I haven't experienced myself, because I play rather close to the TV. So the Switch's lineup so far has been somewhat mediocre, and we haven't really seen much for a launch. And, yeah, that sucks. Is this a bad thing? Yes, for some people, but I imagine Nintendo really has a reason for making sure the year has a lot of fresh titles instead of a massive lack of titles after launch. So, yeah, like, with only 6 games at the launch on March 3rd, that's really not enough to really satisfy the hype demands. And I know, like, things have come out, now we have, like, I'm pretty sure, like, 16 games, maybe? 14, 12? There's some of those games, like, what was it? New Frontier Lines, that trailer was so bad, but other games, like Breath of the Wild, mainly Breath of the Wild is the only thing taking the cake and actually satisfying the hype-hungry people. So, Breath of the Wild, yeah, it's been the game that every Nintendo Switch player has pretty much been playing for the last 3 days. Or, not 3 days, I have March 3rd burned into my mind. I'm talking about 1 month, the last few months. The last month! Okay, so, yeah. Breath of the Wild is literally the only game I've been playing. Really, that's it. Just Breath of the Wild and nothing else. Just constant Breath of the Wild, a little bit of Fast RMX, and quite a bit, actually, as much as I can out of Splatoon 2 Global Test Fire, because, of course, it's limited edition. But, still, I think that, like, games like Zelda Breath of the Wild isn't really that much to, like, satisfy everyone at launch. And I know I already said this, but it's a big thing that needs to be addressed. And other people like Arlo, he even stated, and I entirely agree with him on most of his videos, but he said that, yeah, he's pretty obvious that Mario Kart 8 could have been ready at launch. Of course, Mario Kart 8 could have been ready by launch, or Deluxe, because like, it's more of just an extended port, which isn't that too big. I know it's pretty much Mario Kart 9, being honest. It's just that I guess Nintendo's just getting bored of naming them after consoles like Mario Kart Switch, Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart DS, and numbers 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, like, seriously? Okay, so, yeah, Breath of the Wild is the only game I've been playing, and everyone can pretty much agree. Other games like 1-2 Switch, though, haven't been doing that well, and I think, yes, I know my prediction video was horrible. I look back on it, I've learned a lot about Nintendo and how the economics works, because as you can tell, I'm not really as old, I'm not really that old to understand economics, but I still have a basic idea of how it works. But still, I think that 1-2 Switch not selling well is expected. Sorry, I also have a cold. That's why I've been mainly playing Nintendo over the break. Yeah, like, the reason the game is failing, I think, is because it's real. The game isn't, like, this is probably an unpopular opinion, but the game isn't really that great. It's just that it's $5 Canadian and 50, I think, in America, whatever, is just way too much for a simple party game like Nintendo Land. If they just used Mii's then in 1-2 Switch, then we could have had a significant price drop and probably more put in than actual real people. And it's sad because if the game was $30, I probably would have bought it instead of maybe Fast RMX, but still, I think it's pretty good. It's still a good game. The mini games are good. I like the mini games, but in total, actually, it's just, there's a lot of things wrong with it, and it kind of really, really takes down 1-2 Switch. By the way, in case you're wondering, you may be able to hear a fan in the background sometimes. The reason is because I've been using a laptop to record these videos for a while. However, a $670 CyberPower PC is on the way. I'll be reviewing that, and yeah, that's the point of the computer fan. I promise there won't be any more computer fans, because then I won't have my laptop positioned in an awkward place. But yeah, so the other thing that has been keeping the Switch alive so far is, besides hype, which I'll get to later, is indie games. We've been seeing a lot of stuff. I've mentioned one already, New Frontierlands. It looked interesting. I liked that kind of stuff, but it looked really choppy. It's not that it's lagging. It looks like it was designed like that on purpose, but mainly the trailer is just so cringy. If you watch the trailer, they have like an anime person, like an anime PNG, not even lip syncing with text to speech. It's a really cheap, and I wish they just stuck with a traditional, like, trailer, like if they just did a trailer like the one for Fast RMX and that kind of stuff. But mainly indie games. The point is, indie games has been keeping the Switch alive besides Breath of the Wild. Oh, sorry, I bumped my desk there. Games like, what's a good example? Fast RMX, I already said that. Fast RMX, I have it. I like it. I reviewed it. I do think there are some things that are kind of stupid. Like I mentioned, motion controls are way oversensitive and you can't change them. And no tutorial really doesn't help at all. But that kind of indie experience is what's keeping the Switch, like, afloat. Because if we just imagine loading up the eShop and just seeing Breath of the Wild and nothing else. Nothing else but actual, like, just basically nothing else. And Breath of the Wild, the only thing that you could buy, there's nothing else you can do, and end of story. You have to wait until Mario Kart 8 Deluxe comes out. That would obviously kill the Switch so fast. I'm being honest, lots of people have been talking about this. Indie games is going to be most likely the Switch's saving grace. Yes, there's going to be some good games on there, but mostly indie games are going to take up a very big percentage of all of the thing that's keeping the Switch alive. So games like Minecraft, which isn't really an indie game. I know Minecraft, it's a cringy game today, but believe it or not, I'm still gonna buy it because I just think Minecraft is a fun game to play when you're, like, bored, because it has a lot of things to do. I know that's my opinion personally. I don't play it that often, really, but I was originally just gonna buy a Vita for Minecraft because Pocket Edition is so. Now looking back on it, like, the Pocket Edition today isn't good. The Vita had a console version of Minecraft, so I wanted to take that with me. But the Switch has that, so I think I'm not gonna buy a Vita unless I can get one cheap or yeah. But indie games, Switch saving grace, like Human Resource Machine and World of Goo and other stuff like that have been pretty good from what I've seen so far. I know they're, like, older titles, but still, it's like things that, it's like the small stuff that keeps everything alive. So the next thing I want to talk about is ARMS. ARMS is the game that I heavily criticized on my channel. Other channel, Sonic Kaboom, 265 subs as of right now, and it's an interesting story on that channel. You can check it out in the description below. But the point is, I made a video called Why I Dislike ARMS for the Nintendo Switch. I mostly, now looking back on it, disagree with that video. I think ARMS looks kind of cool now, but a lot of the the pricing has been a big problem with 1-2 Switch, and it's gonna affect ARMS heavily. ARMS needs to be a $30, dare I say $40, $50 game, and it's already pushing that by a lot. So ARMS, I don't expect to sell well, as I did in my prediction. I know in my prediction video I said a lot of things wrong, as I've already stated, but point is, I literally cannot emphasize this enough. Price drop needs to happen if you want to see any coin come out of 1-2 Switch or ARMS. Am I gonna buy it ARMS on launch? Probably not. Am I gonna buy it later down the line? Probably. Am I gonna buy 1-2 Switch down the line? Probably. And I did not buy it on launch, just in case you're wondering, as I've already said. Now, Mario Kart 8 is also an interesting story or Deluxe, I should say, because I'm going to get that game on launch. I am definitely going to get that game on launch, and I'm going to be playing it all through the summer. I've already beat Breath of the Wild, so now I have to go, it's the 4th I'm recording this, so, no, it's the 3rd actually, so I have to go 25 more days, and then I can finally be playing Mario Kart. A lot of my friends are going to be playing Mario Kart. It sucks that the online right now, you can't really connect to that many of your friends unless it's pure luck, which sucks, but I really, really hope Nintendo, I know the online thing is coming out in October, but I hope they at least make it sort of kind of like where you can try it out still, but it'll be basically, you can still try out the online, but please have it be more connecting with your friends and get rid of friend codes, please. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, interested in it. Other games like Yooka-Laylee, I am going to buy Yooka-Laylee for Switch on launch. I'm not going to buy it for any other console. Switch mainly. I think any game that's coming out for all consoles and the Switch, I'm going to buy on the Switch. Maybe I'll buy it on the Xbox One. Don't own a PS4 because I've never owned a PlayStation console. That's for another video, but yeah. And other games, Splatoon 2. I've been debating if I want to get this game on launch or not. I originally wasn't. I played the test fire and it was pretty fun. It was actually my cousin that sorry, I bumped my desk again. Basically, it was my cousin who convinced me to buy Mario Kart 8, Splatoon original for Wii U, rather than Mario Kart 8, and I did not like Splatoon, but now, looking back on it, basically, when I first got it, I didn't like it, but then later on, as I played it more and more, I liked it. But, so I don't know, I actually do agree with that, because Mario Kart 8 does kind of, because it will be more of a fresh experience to me for not owning the original Mario Kart 8, and, yeah, that's gonna be a problem for, Splatoon 2, but, basically, I don't know if I should get this on launch. I've been talking to my friends, and lots of other people asking, is this game worth it? They're gonna get it on launch. I don't really know if I want to. I know that, someone's moving their chair upstairs. I know lots of people were, really surprised by the test fire of fixing a lot of issues. And as I said in my, review of the test fire, I thought it was okay. But mainly, the point is that I don't know about Splatoon 2 on launch. Am I going to get it down the line if I don't get it on launch? Absolutely. I'll get it probably by the end of the year. And, yeah. So, the only other two games that I have written down to talk about are Skyrim and Mario Odyssey. Skyrim is a very interesting story. Skyrim is actually the game that really brought me in the RPG direction. It was my favorite game. Actually, I think it still is. Yeah, Skyrim is my number one favorite game of all time. The reason is just because of how much you can do. I didn't buy it for the Xbox One, the remastered, because I didn't really see that much of. I was originally going to, but I didn't really see a reason to, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't, because now we know Skyrim is coming to the Switch, and most likely it's going to be the remastered edition. So, yeah, I have a friend named Minecrafter1883. I know the name's sort of cringy, but still, he's a Skyrim fanatic. He bought it for Xbox One. I don't know if he has it for PS4. I know he has it for the 360. He has Skyrim everywhere. So, yeah. And the only other game we have to talk about is Mario Odyssey. And Mario Odyssey is going to be the game that everyone's been going to be waiting for. It's going to be the definitive Mario game for the Switch. Kind of sad if you think about it. But still, Mario Odyssey is going to be... I've already know Mario Odyssey is going to be a game I am going to get on launch. No matter what, I'm going to get Mario Odyssey definitely on launch. I know it's probably going to be the best-selling Switch game in a long time. Maybe of all time. I don't really know if it can pass Breath of the Wild. It probably can if Nintendo markets the stuff. So, yeah. Alright, guys. So, that was my opinion on the launch of the Switch. I hope you guys enjoyed this sort of like smaller, calmer video. I know it's longer than usual, but I wanted to just take time to talk about where the Switch has been going so far. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all later.